Blackhead prevention begins with patience, not pressure. Blackheads form when oil, dead skin cells, and small amounts of everyday debris collect inside a pore, and the top of that plug darkens after exposure to air. They are not a sign that someone is dirty, and they usually do not improve when the skin is scrubbed harshly. In many cases, rough treatment only leaves the skin more irritated, more reactive, and harder to manage. A calm routine usually works better than an aggressive one. Wash the face gently in the morning and again at night with a mild cleanser and lukewarm water. Avoid very hot water, rough scrubs, harsh brushes, and the urge to attack the skin as if it were a stain that can be polished away. If makeup, sunscreen, sweat, or daily buildup is still on the skin at the end of the day, remove it properly before bed. Lightweight, water-based, or non-comedogenic products are often a better choice for skin that clogs easily, especially around the nose, chin, forehead, and jawline. Moisturizer still matters, even when skin feels oily, because skin that feels stripped and uncomfortable can become more reactive. If the skin tolerates it, salicylic acid may help loosen clogged material inside pores, and adapalene may help keep pores from becoming blocked over time. The important thing is to start slowly and stay steady, instead of trying too much too fast. Squeezing blackheads with fingernails or tools may feel productive for a moment, but it often leads to irritation, lingering marks, and a cycle of touching the face that creates more trouble than progress. Hair oils, pomades, and heavy styling products can also quietly contribute to clogged pores around the forehead and temples, so it helps to keep those products away from facial skin whenever possible. Pillowcases, hats, and phone screens do not need to become a source of anxiety, but keeping them reasonably clean supports a better environment for the skin. Prevention is not about perfection. It is about making pores less likely to clog, keeping the skin barrier calmer, and choosing a routine gentle enough to keep doing for months. And now, with that practical skin advice folded away neatly like a clean towel in a bathroom cabinet, let us move into the longer, warmer, and much more cheerful part of the evening, where instead of cleansers, cotton pads, and magnifying mirrors, we find ourselves in a small American town full of casseroles, raffle baskets, pie, folding chairs, and one retired gentleman who accidentally becomes far more important to local happiness than he ever intended. In the town of Brookfield Crossing, Kentucky, 74-year-old Leonard Pike believed that most of life's problems could be traced to one of four things: weak coffee, poor labeling, late arrivals, and people saying yes to things that should never have been suggested in the first place. Leonard had retired from the County Farm Bureau office 9 years earlier, where he had spent most of his working life balancing invoices, checking supply orders, and explaining to otherwise decent men that the phrase "close enough" had no standing in paperwork. He liked order. He liked regularity. He liked clocks that kept time and shelves that made sense. Most of all, he liked evenings that belonged entirely to him. He lived alone in a neat white house with dark shutters, a narrow porch, and a small detached garage, so carefully organized that neighborhood children assumed it must have rules posted somewhere. His wife, Elaine, had died 6 years earlier. Since then, Leonard had built himself a routine sturdy enough to hold silence without falling apart. Coffee at 6, newspaper at 6:15, breakfast at 7, a walk at 8 if the weather had manners, lunch at noon, a short rest after lunch that he referred to as horizontal bookkeeping, supper at 5:30, dishes at 6, porch by 6:30, bed at 10. It was a respectable life, calm, predictable, mostly peaceful, yet There were evenings when the quiet in the house stretched too far and made itself noticeable. The chief threat to Leonard's peace was his neighbor, Ethel Monroe. Ethel was 71, bright-eyed, relentlessly organized, and powered by the kind of volunteer energy that should have required a permit. She wore colorful sweaters, low practical shoes, and reading glasses on a chain that made her look ready to correct a pie label, rewrite a sign, and chair a meeting before dessert. She headed the church social committee, helped run the library fundraiser, organized the winter scarf drive, and believed with missionary certainty that every single resident of Brookfield Crossing possessed some hidden talent for community service, especially the ones who denied it. On a crisp Thursday afternoon in late October, Leonard was sitting on his porch with a mug of coffee and half a slice of pound cake when Ethel came marching up the walkway, carrying a covered casserole dish and a thick manila folder. Leonard looked at the folder and said, "No." Ethel stopped on the bottom step. "You haven't even heard what I want. You have a folder. I also have chicken and rice casserole. That means the folder is serious. That means I came prepared." "For what?" "For your refusal." Leonard leaned back in his chair. "Then, at least one of us is respecting reality." Ethel came up the steps anyway, set the casserole on the side table, and sat down without invitation, which was one of those things about her that would have been intolerable if it were not so predictable. "The Harvest Porch Festival has a problem," she said. Leonard closed his eyes for one brief second. The Harvest Porch Festival was the annual church hall event involving casseroles, raffle baskets, local string music, too many paper leaves, and enough pie to destabilize a medium-sized county. "What sort of problem?" he asked. The host canceled. "Why? His granddaughter has a school recital in Lexington. That sounds legitimate." He also said he was not really a microphone person. Leonard nodded. "That sounds wise." Ethel ignored him. "So, naturally I thought of you." "Why would you do that?" "Because you speak clearly, people trust you, and you are funny." Leonard stared at her. "I am not funny. You are after 70. Dry counts. I worked in agricultural billing. You spent 40 years explaining numbers to impatient men in seed caps. You can handle a room. That is not the same as wanting one. You do not need to entertain. Just welcome people, introduce the musicians, announce the raffle baskets, and keep the evening moving. That sounds like work in clean shoes. That sounds like community. That sounds like trouble wearing gravy." Ethel smiled. "You'll be good. I'll be reluctant." "That is not a skill. It should be." She tapped the folder. "I may already have written your name in pencil." Leonard looked at the casserole. "You volunteered me before I agreed." "In pencil," she said. "I'm not reckless. No. Just efficient in a way that burdens the spirit. Tomorrow, 6 o'clock. And if I refuse, I'll tell everyone you were intimidated by a microphone and decorative wheat. Those are not equal threats. Together they make a convincing story." So that was how Leonard Pike, retired office man and protector of quiet evenings, became the emergency MC of Brookfield Crossing's Harvest Porch Festival. For the next 24 hours, Leonard prepared as if he were about to moderate a treaty between hostile pie territories. He found his navy blazer, the one reserved for weddings, funerals, and restaurant dinners where the napkins came folded like architecture. He polished his loafers. He wrote note cards. Then he rewrote them. Then he made backup note cards in case the first set failed morally. On Friday morning, his daughter, Carol, called from Nashville. "Dad," Ethel told Mrs. Landry. Mrs. Landry told Aunt Faye, and Aunt Faye told me you're hosting the church event. Ethel should not have access to a communications network, Leonard said. Carol laughed. "You'll be great. I have 6 note cards. That means you care. I have backup note cards. That means you are exactly yourself. I also practiced pronouncing the fiddle player's last name. That means you're prepared. He practiced that afternoon in the hallway mirror. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Harvest Porch Festival. Too stiff. Hello, friends and neighbors. Too cheerful. He looked like a man about to sell discounted fertilizer. Thank you all for coming tonight. Too vague. Coming for what, and under what emotional arrangement? By the fifth attempt, he had introduced himself twice, thanked the umbrella stand, and nodded respectfully at the coat rack. At that point, he decided the house had endured enough. Ethel arrived at 5:40 in a rust-colored sweater and earrings shaped like tiny pumpkins. "You look distinguished," she said. "You look administrative," Leonard replied. "That's because I am. That's what worries me." The church hall was already full when they arrived. Long tables draped in orange and brown paper cloths filled the room. Mason jars with battery candles sat beside small pumpkins and fake leaves. Raffle baskets gleamed beneath tight cellophane. Crock pots lined the back wall beside casseroles, green beans, cornbread, slaw, pies, cobblers, cakes, and 2 gelatin dishes. Leonard distrusted on visual principle. The room smelled like coffee, gravy, cinnamon, and concentrated public goodwill. Retirees in cardigans sat near the front. Children in sweaters moved between chairs like small storms with shoelaces. Widowers in sport coats stood by the coffee urn discussing the weather as though they had been asked to approve it. Mrs. Calhoun guarded the pie table with the measured vigilance of a museum curator protecting valuable ceramics. Ethel handed Leonard the microphone backstage. "Why is this so heavy?" he whispered. "Because it contains responsibility. It contains batteries and pressure." She patted his sleeve and vanished into volunteer traffic, which mostly involved brisk walking and lists. Leonard stepped onto the stage. The room settled. He adjusted the microphone. It squealed sharply. Half the audience jumped. "Well," he said, "that certainly sped up introductions." The room laughed. "Interesting," he thought. He cleared his throat. "Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Brookfield Crossing Harvest Porch Festival, the only event in town where you can admire decorative pumpkins, win a raffle basket, and disagree privately about stuffing before dessert." The laughter came warm and immediate. "My name is Leonard Pike, and I'm your host tonight because the original MC apparently received a stronger competing offer involving family, travel, and a healthier relationship with microphones. Now, the room was with him, not wildly, not theatrically, but comfortably. He introduced the opening act, a local guitar and fiddle duo called Dry River, who played old songs with cheerful energy and exactly the kind of timing that makes people clap before the tune is fully over. Afterward, Leonard returned to the microphone and said, "Let's hear it again for Dry River," proving that in Kentucky, nostalgia still has excellent rhythm. The audience laughed and applauded again. For the first hour, things went smoothly. There was music, supper, a short prayer, and the gentle movement of people pretending not to calculate how quickly they could